I'm James Richardson. For many years I roved Italy as a correspondent for Channel 4's Football Italia. Football Italia was a show that began in 1992 for a variety of reasons, but above all because Paul Gascoigne, the most enigmatic and fascinating and charismatic footballer that the UK had produced for a very long time, had made a very protracted transfer from Tottenham Hotspur to Lazio in Rome. And everybody wanted to see, he'd been injured through most of that period, and everybody wanted to see how he would fare once he came back from his knee problems, but also how well England's best footballer would do in the toughest league in the world at the time. The show was called Gazzetta Football Italia, and after a couple of years I realised that was because Gascoigne. Gazza was the reason that the show began, our Channel 4 coverage began, and he was the central part of the Saturday morning review programme we used to do, at least for the first couple of years while he was at Lazio and playing reasonably regularly. The 90s obviously were the best decade of all, and Italy was a pretty good place to go through them. The weather was great, the food was great, I mean everything was great. Newspapers used to be a thing, and in Italy there was no bigger thing than the football newspaper, and there was no bigger football newspaper than the Gazzetta dello Sport, which comfortably was the most sold daily in the country. And you'd have maybe 30 pages of sport, the first 25 of which would be about football, and then there'd be a little bit left over for cycling and other things. I've got to go for one of the back line, and it's kind of got to be Paolo Maldini, no? Beppe Signori, just a dazzling striker and a really sweet guy off the field as well. Francesco Totti, who was on the field, there was nobody who came close, often literally. Also for that deathless penalty that he scored against Australia in the 2006 World Cup. So my favourite gelato when I was in Rome was from my local gelateria, which was chocolate and yogurt. I'm quite a classic kind of guy, so I think it's just a kind of doppio espresso. Marassi would be a great shout, the Genovese Stadium. I'd also have a shout for the Penzo in Venice.